We were talking about how we can use if in list and if in range to impose condition on multiple values of a categorical variable without writing a multiple line code or using multiple vectors. We want to now look at how we can use if in list and if in range with underscore n. Now recall underscore n is meant to generate a serial number or index. Let's see first how we can use if in range with underscore n. So we can use if in range with underscore n if we want to impose condition on consecutive observations. For example, say I want to drop the observations 1 to 10. So what we can do is we can just do drop if in range underscore n, because we know in range we specify the variable on whose values you want to impose the condition on, which is underscore n in this case. And then we specify in range because it's you always specify the endpoints of the interval on which you want to impose the condition on. So you want to impose it on 1 to 10, right? So what this is doing is this telling Stata to drop all those observations for which the serial number or index is greater than equal to 1 less than equal to 10. So the observations from 1 to 10. The alternative, if you are not using if in range, would have been drop if underscore n is greater than equal to 1 and underscore n is less than equal to 10. Um, Obviously, here just recall that we can use underscore n without that generating a new variable that's equal to underscore n. I don't have to generate a variable like, for example, index. If gen index is underscore n, then I use the condition on gen. You can on index, then you can directly just use underscore n. Similarly, we can use if in list with underscore n to impose condition on non-consecutive observations, right? So the idea is this: okay, you can use if in range with n if you want to impose condition on consecutive observations, like because when in because with if in range, you what you're essentially doing is you are specifying the starting value and the ending value, the range in which you want to impose the condition on. And you can use if in list with underscore n to impose condition on non-consecutive observations, because here you can still do it with consecutive observations too, but that would be too cumbersome that you're listing. Like, for example, using if in list for dropping the first 10 observations will be kind of cumbersome because you will be listing down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, where there's no need for it. Because if in range works well with consecutive observations, as you can just specify the starting value and the ending value, and it will impose condition on that entire range. If in list works better when you have non-consecutive observations, and you can list all of them. For example, if I wanted to drop the observations 2, 5, and 8, there's no way we could have used in range for this because there's not one range where you can specify starting value and ending value. Here, your in list becomes helpful. You can do drop if in list underscore n, and then you just list all those values on which you want to impose the condition of underscore n. The alternative without using if in list would have been you could have said drop if underscore n is double equal to 2, or it's double equal to 5, it's double equal to 8. So we can use if in list and if in range with underscore n as well. So you'll typically use in range when you want to impose a condition on consecutive observations, and in list when you want to impose a condition on non-consecutive observations.